And no disrespect. We talk about comedy because all three of us are comedians. And I feel, God, I got to say this in a nice way.
I think I know where you're going with.
No. I want to see where he goes with this. No.
Rudy's like, no.
Go on. I want to see where this goes.
Go on. Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. Welcome to the Yo Show. Now, we're kicking off the second leg of the It's the True Tour in August. So, August 15th and 16th, I will be in Atlanta, Houston, Texas, September 13th. And I need you, Houston, Texas, to come out. In New York City, September 20th. A lot of rescheduled shows, michaelyo.com. Oh, it's so good to be here. I've just finished Mad Apple. Now, They still haven't announced my special show that I'm doing.
You're doing a special show?
Well, I'm doing this TV show that they haven't announced.
Oh, I thought you meant like an Ewoks Christmas or something wildly different.
I was gonna save it, but I'm doing Magic Mike.
Yeah,
I just whatever. Yeah.
I was gonna say, man. Well, the paycheck's right. I'll take it. Please.
Hey, man,
yeah.
if they pay me, I'll get in shape and jump on stage and shake my thangarang around. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said
Magic Michael,
like boomerang, but thangarang.
Thangarang.
Magic Michael Yo.
Magic Michael. No one would pay to see that. That would be horrible. But you know what? Ian Ziering did it.
Did he?
From 90210. You remember the first night?
Yeah.
I went there and interviewed him for that TV show I did. I forgot which one I was on, either Extra or Insider or something.
Party of Five.
Party of Five. Whatever show I was on. Cosby Show. I don't know. But I tell you this, man, he got in shape and he killed it out there. And for all you fellas, if you want to meet women in Vegas, let me tell you something. All you got to do is hang out at that bar after that show is out. All the guys try to go to clubs, spend all this money. You don't need to do that. So many single women go to this show. And I know some of the dancers and they go, these women are crazy. Like they're looking for dudes after the show. And they got a bar right outside.
I believe it.
All you got to do is hang out at that bar. That's what they said.
What casino is it at?
I have no idea.
Oh.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
But
it's still around though, right? The show was
it's still around. Okay. And I do know this. Before you go into the show, there's a bar.
Yeah.
So the advice I was told, if you're a single guy, stay at that bar.
Oh man.
So when the show comes out, they're just ready. Like they're wound up and ready.
Yeah.
You know, like when you wind up a toy and then they just, that's them when they walk out of there.
Yeah, I think you got to have a backstory. Like,
while you're hanging out at that bar?
While you're at the bar, you're like, yeah, I was a part of the show until I blew out my knee. You know, I had an old football injury from back in the day.
That's why I'm 300 pounds right now.
Yeah,
but
right.
Bring it.
Just more of me to go around, ladies. That's all.
More me to go more to hold on to.
Oh my
Nothing wrong with holding on to a little more.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
It's a love handle for a sex bronco. That's what that is.
Sex bronco?
Man.
What's a sex bronco? Oh, you mean when you're like on
Yeah.
Rudy,
I don't know.
this is supposed to be a family show. I'm trying to be like Nate Bargatze and Dustin Slay over here. I'm trying to get my Netflix special, and you're talking about riding a Bronco.
You're the one who
with love handles.
You brought up Magic Michael Yo.
Well, hey. But I got a new TV show coming out. Who knows when they're going to announce it? I shoot it. Also, a show I shot 3 years ago, literally 3 years ago, is coming out August 3rd on A&E.
Oh,
it's called 1,000 Ways to Dine. Where
1,000 Ways to Die or 1,000 Ways to
Dine.
Oh, dine. Oh, like D-I-N. Oh, I thought you meant 1,000 Ways to Dying, but dine. D-I-N.
Yeah.
So, what's the concept?
It's the craziest places to eat. The most dangerous places to go to eat.
Oh, you're going to like the hood?
Yeah.
No. I went to Compton.
You went to Sahara Street?
Whole show was shot in Compton. That's it. Compton, Watts. Then I went to New York, hung out in the bad parts of New York. It was great. Chicago. No, it was like the most extreme places, like where you're hanging off a side of a mountain.
Oh,
one of those little bubbles eating, or you're 50 feet below water, and they bring your food by submarine.
Wild.
Why?
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know. It's white people stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Like only Rudy's type does that.
Yeah. Sir, my French toast is a little soggy. Well, you are 50,000 leagues under the sea, sir.
But but this is what's funny. Like you never see people of color in like places underwater.
Of course not.
No, and you never see people of color take pictures with cops.
No,
that is so fascinating to me. When I go to New York City, just a bunch of white people like, oh, they'll find cops. Like, oh, like you'll never see a black person be like, yo, cops, let's take a picture. No, you might get arrested for no reason.
They get pictures, but it's usually from the camera vest.
Yeah, they get pictures. Yeah, different kind of pictures.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, terrible pictures. So I'm excited, man. I'm leaving on Tuesday to shoot this show, but we'll still be doing the podcast. We got a lot of stuff going on. Anything big breaks, we'll bring you a podcast. And during the second leg of our tour, we're gonna put together a crew. I really want to do a podcast in between the shows. I think that's cool to bring people inside.
Yeah,
like to see, and it's just good. Maybe we can get some big people, that from that city to pop in.
Yeah.
We're gonna start interviewing. What I noticed, I was people like us interviewing people too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start bringing in some comics. Maybe even I want to get a portable set where we go to like Wise Guys. So many comedians come into Wise Guys or the Comedy Cellar where we kind of roll in those places. You know, we'll call it between the sets, like I did for a while, and just like talk to comics and stuff like that. And then I'm interviewing this person. Episode's going to come out in a couple weeks, but she created this pill called Fatty 15. And she did some research that dolphins, omega-3 is the last big, I don't even know what you would call it, supplement that came out.
Okay.
This is the biggest since then in 90 years, and nobody knows about it. And I've been taking it for 2 months, and I feel absolutely amazing. So I'm going to have her on to talk about it, and I think it'll blow people away. Like she's like, I don't know. I don't want to call her a nerd because that's mean.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, right.
But she knows, like, she's in it. Epidemiologist. That's what she is.
When you say you feel great, like what are some of the, I don't want to say side effects, but what are some of the things that you're noticing from this pill?
Energy.
Really?
Energy, liveliness. Like, before, I would wake up at like 6 or 7, like always. I get tired around 7, 6. Since I've been taking, like, I'm up too late and I'm up too early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have energy that I don't have, and I stopped drinking coffee.
Oh, nice.
That's what's crazy. I'm not, ever since taking this pill, coffee has been easier to get off.
Man.
I don't know what it is, man. These pills, and it might not look, and this is my thing, and they wanted me to sponsor them. And I go, I don't sponsor like supplements or things like that, even though I believe in it, because also my mind might be like, yo, you're taking this, so you're going to feel better. So I rather people just go to you and buy it after the podcast rather than, oh, Michael said it works. I want people to actually do their research, watch a couple videos. The lady did a TED Talk about it.
Nice.
So her name's Stephanie and her husband's name Eric. He's a Marine that went to war 3 times. He helped develop the pill.
Oh man, winner couples.
Winner.
I tell my girlfriend all the time. I'm like, one of us is lacking over here. You got to
And
start.
you're like, it's not me.
It's not me.
It's not me.
I'm the one getting in the truck, driving 4 hours round trip to LA to do podcasts.
And not even get on a show.
Not even get on a
Hold
show.
on. Let's talk about. Put the camera on me for a second, Sean.
Oh,
Don't
man.
call
Forrest
him out.
Shaw.
Don't call him
Forrest
out.
Shaw.
No.
Forrest
No,
Shaw's a
no,
comedian
no.
for you people that don't. How are you going to make Rudy
Good people, though. Good
drive
people.
4 hours? That's an 8-hour total trip. 8 hours. 4 hours ago, he's like, I'm going to do a show tonight at the Improv, which is a big deal for a comedian. You know, Improv, legendary.
I don't know.
You know, every comedian is. Have you ever performed at the Improv?
Oh, I have, yeah. One time only.
Look, Sean's
One
even
time.
performed there. You know what?
That means anybody can get on.
Anyone, bro.
Saying.
No, Sean's performed there. So, but what I'm saying is, Forrest Shaw, who's a good friend, how you gonna make my dude Rudy drive 4 hours there, 4 hours, and not even give him stage, not 5 minutes? Jim Jeffries, I love Jim Jeffries. He went on and took all the time.
Yeah.
And you were gonna have to follow Jim Jeffries?
No, he would have probably put me on like second or third to last, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, there was somebody else who was like running out the door who basically was like, I have
So
to
did
go.
Jim close the show?
No, he went on like third or fourth. And they
Oh.
probably did like 25 minutes, but man, it was, dude, I'll tell you this though. Driving, and I had other stuff going on in LA, so Forrest does see this. It's not like
Yeah.
I came back and I was like, "Can you believe Forrest Shaw didn't put me up?" No, it's not what I was saying. But
I think it was. I think it kind of was. Because your tone was kind of like, I can't put. No, I'm just playing.
But just to sit and watch Jim do a bunch of material I've never seen him do before in a small room like that was worth it. Because
You know what's interesting about Jim is I had a conversation with him. He hates doing showcase shows.
Sure.
I think once you get to that level, you just like your fans because
Yeah,
you don't
of
want to
course.
go through the rejection anymore.
To work.
Well, yeah, because even Forrest said he does that show monthly, usually puts out a flyer or two, and then realizes 3 days before the show, oh, I've sold 12 tickets. I must up my ante here and try to
gotcha.
get more people in the door. This time, it was he put up one flyer, show was sold out in 3 minutes.
But that's the problem too. That's the problem too. Is it's kind of what Steve Harvey told me, and I'm name dropping. I'm just dropping names.
That's okay. Go ahead.
And I apologize.
That's right.
No.
Well,
It's a problem.
all that new energy, you can pick those up.
I'm just dropping names. I'm just dropping. Whoops. Anyway, I was talking to
That
Steve.
dolphin memory. Everything.
That dolphin memory, boy. Look. Steve Harvey, man, he said, if you ever get your own show, make people love you, not the guest. And the problem with you're a promoter, like a Forrest Shaw show, they're coming because of Jim Jeffries. You have to build something. Jim Jeffries is not going to do it every month.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and no disrespect. We talk about comedy because all three of us are comedians. And I feel, God, I got to say this in a nice way.
I think I know where you're going with.
No. I want to see where he goes with this. No.
Rudy's like, no.
Go on. I want to see where this goes.
Go on. I want you to dig this hole before you go on. All right. I'm saying it in the most kindest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
When promoters brag about selling out shows, and it's not anything to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'll see like, we sold out. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Sebastian, Bill Burr, that's on your lineup, sold out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess my ego, I have always put comedians, even starting, or I try to put the best comedians that I can bring that will go out with me, right?
Right.
And I feel when you take credit for something you don't deserve, I could never do that. Even if I promoted a show and I had Joe Coy on it or Gabriel Glaze and it sold out. If it's my show, like it's hard, like if I can't sell out, right? If I'm just a promoter, a comic that throws together shows, we're like, we sold it out. That's weird for me to say that because I didn't sell it out.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Yeah.
I put the show together, but don't promote it like you sold it out.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? I mean, it's
No.
not a big deal.
Yeah.
But to me, if I was a promoter, I never could take credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I would be like, hey, the first thing I would write, show is sold out thanks to Gabriel Iglesias. These people, not like, yo, we did it. We sold it out.
Oh, well, yeah, because usually.
But maybe I'm looking into it too
No,
much.
but usually the people who do that, the way you described it, the way you would do it, those are the people that last the longest. The people that
But
are,
nobody does. I've never seen a promoter do that.
Oh, really? I don't know. Because when people ask me about, hey, where are you going to be? I never go, well, I'm doing this club, and this club, and then never say. I always preface it with like, oh, I'll be in Tacoma, Washington
that's
with
different.
Michael
But
Yo.
that's different. That's
Yeah.
if you live in LA or you live in a certain market and you're a local promoter, and I understand you want to brag and say the show's sold out, but I also feel there's a way to do that without look at what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So how about this though? Instead of saying I did this, building that brand. For example, you have Hot Mess Comedy.
So I had it would be Hot Mess is sold out tonight.
Correct.
Sure.
It wouldn't be like I sold out Hot Mess tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it's like I see some people's like sold out another one. And you got like Sebastian and nobody ever buys. Like literally, if it was just you, it would have sold 5 tickets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's kind of like I don't know. I just have a problem with that. Just like I talked about with Sean, I have a problem with comedians opening up for big stars and taking the shot of them standing in front of a large crowd. When to me that's very weird because that's like you taking a picture next to somebody's car going, look at my car.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Like, I've done it before, but I've done it like in a joking way. I think where people know that it's a joke.
But trust me, there's a lot of people that take it and be like,
Yeah.
yo, look at this, man.
yeah.
Look at, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, who's
stop
the rapper that got busted? He like took a bunch of photos in front of a private jet.
Bow Wow.
And then they found
think
him
it
on a
was Bow Wow.
Southwest flight.
Yeah, Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I was like, there's a little bit of me that goes, fake it till you make it, kid.
So my example was Gabriel Iglesias. I don't do those pictures. I may have one from the past when I first started, but Gabriel Iglesias had to call me out to take a group picture in front of his crowd.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll do that. I didn't want to because I don't want, but since it was all of us, everybody knew it was his crowd.
Yeah, if it's with
but I'm
all
talking
your-
about
yeah.
the people that just be like, yo, we rocking it tonight.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've always, me in comedy, and maybe I look into it too much or I'm too deep about it.
because
but to me, my ego will not let me do that.
Oh.
When you were doing Mad Apple, and you were going up earlier, right? I mean, Rudy was closing out, and he was like, "Hey, thank you to all my openers, like Michael Yo."
Yeah.
And he started
Every
taking
time.
photos with your people.
Yeah,
bro.
it was great. Yeah.
It was crazy, man.
It was
Like,
awesome. I was selling these Panda T-shirts. I was making a killing. I was crushing every night. It was amazing.
Yeah, but that would be like you after one of my shows. Like that would be like Rudy. We sold out a theater, and Rudy going, "Yo, man, my show tonight was awesome.
Of course.
Crushed
Yeah.
it. Thank you for everybody coming out to see me."
yeah.
Dude, wait when he sells out Allegiant Stadium. I'm gonna hire the world's greatest photographer, and then I'm gonna turn around and go, okay, everybody on 3 yell Michael Yo, and then I get a photo, and then when Michael goes, what is this? I'm like, dude, we were yelling your name. That's
Yeah,
the photo.
no.
We yelled your
Giving
name.
you
It's all good.
respect.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just too sensitive about that stuff. I'm sure it's me.
Yeah.
I'm just way too sensitive about it. But we got some news stories we got to get to today.
Mm-hmm.
I first want to start. Did you ever put that picture in Alligator?
We'll drop it in after.
We'll drop
Yep.
it. So, and this is there's not much information. A guy was arrested for of course it's in Florida, trying to rob a convenience store with an alligator. With an alligator.
Mm-hmm.
Like, only in Florida would a man, first of all, you got to catch an alligator, right? To rob a
That's
convenience
kind of
store.
easy out there in Florida.
Is it?
They're everywhere.
Like, yeah, but there's a special person that would catch an alligator.
Yeah.
You
We
know what?
established that. White people.
Wait, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's
Thank
hillbilly
you.
white people
You know
stuff,
what?
yeah.
I love this. Now I don't have to say it anymore. We got Sean to say it.
Yeah.
Another person of color can be like white people.
Oh yeah, no.
You're gonna be the white people sayer on this show. Was it a white person? You looked it up, Rudy. Was it a white person?
Of course.
It's Florida. It's a guy with an alligator in Florida. It's
Okay.
definitely a white guy.
All right, so Rudy looked it up. I just saw the headlines and read the article. I didn't actually look him up. Rudy actually looked him up and goes, yeah, okay. So my thing, you got to catch an alligator. Then you got to, where do you put the alligator? He probably had a truck. Let's imagine his world. He probably lives in a trailer.
Okay. Now we
I just
real
threw that
judge
in.
you.
Yeah.
I just threw that in. Probably drives an F-150. Nothing wrong with F-150s. No, because my wife actually wants an F-150.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more of a Silverado guy myself.
Silverado?
But, you know, F-150 fine.
And I
it's
used
fine.
to think all people that drove F-150s were racist.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
I
because they
used
have
to
a gun rack on it.
no. I just thought, like, why would you want to be that high up?
No.
And why would you want to, like, it kind of builds the racist within you because you're above everybody.
Okay.
You're looking down on other cars,
Yeah.
right? If the cars aren't the color your car is, you're like, ugh. Or the type of color, like, oh, look at this Tesla. Look at this. It's like, ugh, look at this. Look at this Honda. All these Asian cars. Like, it's just like being a racist. Then
see
my
that.
father-in-law has one.
Okay.
I didn't think it was racist, but then I drove one. I was like, I'm racist now because I love it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm racist.
felt
Yeah,
that.
I felt it.
You felt
I was like,
that.
yeah, look at all these Teslas.
Yeah, man.
And I own Teslas.
Yeah.
And I didn't even like them. So all I'm saying is,
Yeah, you get in that front seat, you just want to say the word. It is amazing.
yeah, Tesla. I did want to say Tesla. I said Tesla, and in that Nissan, I said it over and over. Nissan.
With an
Nissan.
A. Yeah, with an A. Tesla
Nissan.
with an A.
Nissan.
Yeah, soft A.
Oh, you Nissan. I would
What
drop
about
that.
Nissan?
I would drop the N at the end of Nissan. I was like, Nissa. What's up, Nissa?
Yeah. Strictly for my Nissans. That's,
I should make a shirt strictly for my Nissan.
yeah.
Dude, we are creating comedy gold. on this.
Yeah.
So
That is
that's
hilarious.
my story I'm bringing to the party. Anybody else got a story?
Yeah. There's I have my laptop over there. I wanted to read. There's a
Because
couple stories
honestly,
wanted to
before I
read.
cut you off,
Yeah.
y'all didn't really add nothing. I was
Did the
expecting
strip
more
for
from
my
y'all.
Nissan. I just gave. That's.
Oh yeah,
that
we
is-
did.
yeah,
Okay, we're good.
that's
Oh,
it.
I didn't
Yeah.
finish my story. F-150.
Okay.
So the guy's driving an F-150. So I'm imagining this. So he puts his alligator in the back of the F-150, drives from his trailer in F-150 to the convenience store, grabs the alligator out the back, and I'm making all this up, F-150, this is how I see it in my mind, has to hold the alligator in one arm, or do you hold the alligator and kind of poke it through?
No, he had it with one arm.
One arm.
He was very comfortable.
Okay, so he like a running back with a football, except it's that, and he pushed the door open and said, like that. Okay.
He was like, get it.
it.
Hey, rewind real quick. You know what I liked about this whole little segment? Yo literally blamed us for not contributing, but he didn't even finish the story to contribute to.
Oh, you'll learn. Rudy can let you know. You get blamed for a lot of things. And you're like, oh, you never. Let me tell you, I'm the hardest person. And I realize it. See, this is what I realize when I text. I don't make sense at all. Because I just talking to my phone.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm saying half the time. I know what I said, but I don't know what you're getting.
That's in fact yesterday somebody called me out because I was at a business and I was talking on my phone and this girl goes, "How old are you?" I was like, "What?" She goes, "You don't just it's too much to type it into your phone?"
Yes.
I was like, "Yes."
How old was that person that said that?
She's like 29, 30. Yeah. Co-worker, yeah. But I did realize it's not about the typing into the phone. It is finding the easier way to do things, because originally it was you'd have to, if you wanted a W, you'd have to hit it, the 8 button 3 times or whatever.
On the flip phone.
And then it became, and then you could just easily type in on an iPhone. And then I was like, that's too much work. And then swipe came out.
Yeah.
And then now that was like, finally, we fixed it. And then swipe eventually became too much work. And now I have to speak into my phone, but now I have to go back and retype what.
You know what I'm going to start doing? And I started doing it with most people? Voice text now.
Oh, just the messages.
Just the message.
Yeah.
Just voice. You can leave messages.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
Let me ask you guys' opinion on that, because I love.
Put yourself on the screen.
right,
Stop.
all right. I like the
This is our
small
prisoner.
screen.
Oh, we like to keep him in a cage.
I'm still
Now,
here.
it looks better though
I
today.
try to dress a little bit proper, or like more nice to offset the background.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
You could turn that light on back there. It would give you a little pop behind you.
no,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Nah,
man.
I like it, man. It's
I'm
looking every week. I said that we could put down a green screen and put all kinds of stuff. That'll be fun.
I mean,
We put a green screen behind. We could put like
all sorts of stuff.
like
man.
Britney Spears dancing behind them or whatever.
Put a
When she's
redneck with an alligator.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's where we put our graphics, Rudy.
Yeah.
Behind Sean.
Yeah, Sean right behind him. Yeah.
and he's holding the alligator at Sean. He's like, ah.
Michael Yo in an F-150.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
That'll be the cover. Me and F-150. I can already see it. Anyway,
man.
what were we talking about?
Oh, I forgot.
Well, I was going to say I got a couple of stories, but they're on my laptop. But we can go to commercial, come back, and do
Oh,
those
you know
if
what?
you
We
want.
have commercials now.
Yeah, we do.
You got to get that G ready, bro.
All right.
So we're going to take a quick break. Remember, I'm on tour. MichaelYo.com. Rudy will be out with me on every date that he can make. He's big time now. He opens up for a lot of people. So hopefully he can make.
I'm actually going to be going to the Improv and getting snubbed by Forrest Shaw on those shows. So.
Well, Forrest Shaw opens up for Jim Jeffries. So he's like, one day you'll be able to open for somebody and not let other people on your show.
Oh, I can't wait for that day.
So when Forrest comes to your show, you'll be like, no, we're good. We're good.
I don't know. Michael Yo said he was going to do 20. If he goes long, you're not going to be. I'm sorry, man. I don't know.
Sorry. I know you drove 4 hours and 4 hours, about 8-hour trip for no time on stage. But whatever, Forrest, MichaelYo.com. Can we put it on the screen? MichaelYo.com. We'll be right back after this commercial. Play it, Sean. I make the face.
I make the sound.
A lot of great playoff games are happening, and I've teamed up with DraftKings because for new customers, if you spend $5, you'll get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Make sure to use my code YOBET. That's YOBET.
All right, we got some news story. While Rudy looks up, you got one, Sean, or
I got one.
do you want to start, Rudy? You got it. Who wants to start?
Since I got it up, I'll go ahead and chat about this.
He got it up. Hey, congratulations, Rudy got it
That's right,
up.
man.
Yeah.
It's those dolphin pills. I'll tell
Those
you
dolphin
this.
pills.
Did you guys see that Marge Simpson they killed her off in an episode of The Simpsons, the season 36 finale?
Wait, which one is Marge?
The wife.
Oh,
That'd be pretty
homeless wife.
macabre if they killed the baby. That would be weird.
if they kill Bart?
Maggie.
No, Maggie.
Dude, I don't watch that, man. Obviously, Marge is on. I don't like that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Did the real person that voiced her die?
No, so this is what I found to be so funny is the article that I had read said fans are so upset that they killed off Marge Simpson. Turns out it wasn't really them killing her off. What they did was they took Marge Simpson and they put her like in a future timeline where like the kids are adults, you know, Homer's in a like an old folks home where grandpa is. And Marge is now speaking from heaven. And people were like, oh my God, how could you do that? And I was like, well, first off, they were saying fans were outraged. I was like, first off, there hasn't been a fan of The Simpsons in 15 years, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing that kind of made me upset about it was, for whatever reason, the second that somebody from like our childhood now, like, you know, they're like, oh my, nothing is allowed to change. Like, I was like, first off, people should die. Like, that is part of the circle of life. And just because it's somebody, I don't know why that they made a big deal out of it, but people were saying it was like showing a negative connotation to the people that were watching it, especially the kids, because it shows more mortality. Well, that's life, man. Like, that's what this is. And the fact, like, of all the people that you could have like, wasn't it This Is Us? Did you ever watch This Is Us?
I love
such a good show.
Every kid should have to watch that show and just go, oh, this is really
never
what
get a
life is.
dog. That's what I learned.
Dude,
That never get a dog. If you're a man, never run back in your house for a dog. That is so idiotic to me.
Yeah.
Like, why would you like risk your life, lose your family because of a dog?
Also, that family
A
was
dog is an animal.
very middle class. They couldn't afford their own crock pot. They had to take a yard sale crock pot that was all
Start the fire.
They were not
Start the
middle
fire.
class. I mean, that it looked middle class, but the guy didn't make a lot of money. I don't know how they lived in that house, to be honest.
That's a
with you.
pretty decent sized house.
a nice
right? I know.
house.
Like that's when you find out like the Home Alone house was like $5.5 million. And you're like, that guy had like 7 kids. They went to France and he paid for everything.
Yeah,
Like,
it's rich.
What job does that guy have?
Yeah. None.
Yeah, none. Yeah. I don't know. I was having a thought about it on the way back from Los Angeles this morning about The Simpsons. And man, I don't know if there's anything else in my life that I loved so much as a child. And it's just, it continues to go to this day. And I have zero interest in it. Like all the sports teams that I grew up loving, you know, most of them I did move on from Minnesota, but the same sports I still love. Like all of that stuff. I don't know anything else that has been going on this long where I am so disinterested in it.
The only thing I can compare it to, and it's not a show, it's more like video games. I was so into video games growing up. Like,
yeah, that's a good one.
Super big into video games. Like, would play them all day, and now my son has tons of. I don't even want to play it.
No.
I don't know. Maybe because we got lives. I mean, we like. I have to provide for a family. I have to travel. But like,
it's responsibilities.
Off the record. I got 3 Nintendo Switch 2s on accident, and I got to return 2 of them. But I was like, maybe I should keep one and try to get into this.
So when I hit the road, I used to bring my Nintendo Switch and we'll plug in and we'll just spend like 1 hour just to relax. And
I was gonna play it on a plane.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, dude.
But then I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, to me, when I see old people like me play video games, I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. Candy Crush, like this is just for dumb
I
people.
don't
Like,
do
why
that.
are
No,
we
but
playing this?
even a Switch, I'm like, you're grown. What are you doing? But now I see, but my generation, we kind of started the video games.
Yeah.
So if we play it, I think it's acceptable now. Maybe I shouldn't judge those people. But the only reason I would keep it, a Nintendo 2, or take my son's back, or I would give my son the Nintendo 2 and give me the normal Switch, is I don't know. Can you play each other? It would be how I could stay connected to him. We could talk. And,
I have no idea.
Yeah, you could. You could do a whole online thing.
See, I don't want to get them online because that's where the weirdos are, though, man.
Yeah, that's the only way you could connect.
Yeah, man. These weirdos try to talk to your kids and meet them outside your house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Daddy, put them on the list." I'll be like, "No."
He's got dolphin pills, Dad. It's
You got
okay.
Dolphin Bill. His name is Dolphin.
You're not too far off from a guy naming his child Dolphin.
Oh man,
for
we're
sure.
there. We're there. Okay,
We
what's
are
your next
certainly
story,
there.
Rudy?
Did you guys see this about Scott Wolf? Remember Scott Wolf?
No.
Okay, so I brought it up earlier. Party of 5. Remember Scott
okay.
Wolf? It was
Yeah.
top of mind.
Yeah. I know Scott Wolf.
I read this story. This is an insane story. So Scott Wolf, he had a request for a restraining order against his estranged wife, Kelly. It was granted to him, and now they've granted him full custody of the kids. Wife is not allowed to go anywhere near the children.
Whoa.
This is in the state of Utah. This just happened. I'm not sure
that's a
exactly.
trip.
They're not getting into. This is what the judge had to say. They filed for the restraining order on Wednesday afternoon. So that would have been, so 2 days ago. The judge noting in his decision that Kelly has engaged in an escalating pattern of behavior that poses a substantial threat or immediate or irreparable harm to the couple's kids. They never state what it is, but it's got to be drugs, right? That's usually
allegedly. I mean, we can't say that.
No, but that's why I'm saying like it's got to be something that is there's something going on there that is.
I mean, normally when they don't say what it is,
that's usually Yep.
Like when they say someone died out of nowhere, we don't know what, off top, it's like, oh, they suicide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't come out with suicide. It'll take a couple days for a suicide to come out. Well, TMZ is on everything so fast, but I would think so. I had a person, one of my friends went through that. Their significant other got so wrapped up into drugs. And I'm not saying this lady got it because we don't know.
You're right. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I've had friends that marry people and then they get addicted to something.
Mm-hmm.
It could be sex, it could be drugs, it could be
gambling,
games, whatever, right? And they weren't like that when they met, or they hit it really well, and then they can't even let them around the kids anymore.
You ever
and
see,
that's sad.
That is sad.
When a Man Loves a Woman? Not Jerry Garcia. What's his name? Meg Ryan and the guy who played. He was in Ocean's 11. He played Terry Benedict. What's that guy's name? Garcia.
I forgot his
Andy
name.
Garcia.
Andy Garcia.
Yeah, you ever see that movie?
No.
Oh, great movie. It's about, him and his wife. They've been together for years. Like they were like high school sweethearts or something. They have kids. Their kids are in like their formative sort of like tween years into their early teenage years. She becomes a raging alcoholic, like cannot keep her life together. And he stands by her the entire time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I've had a girlfriend wear like shoulder pads under her shirt, and I'm like, we're done.
That shoulder pad thing was a movement.
I ain't sticking it out with this one. I'm sorry, girl.
Yeah, that shoulder pad thing. Yeah, that was a fun time.
Wasn't it though, dude?
You suiting it up? You suiting up to play football? What's going on here?
Yeah, my mom had she had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shredder helmet hair, and then the shoulder pads, dude. I was like, you look like Brian Urlacher. Like,
that's so funny that was in.
I know, it's a weird thing.
Women wore shoulder. I bet you it comes back. I bet you.
At some point, yeah.
I bet you it comes
That's
back.
when equality was a big thing. They're trying to push that, so they had to
Was it? That's the reason why they did it?
No, I'm
about to say.
No, yeah.
Broad shoulders means equality.
You should have seen my family when they came to America during that time. They were wearing shoulder pads under saris and shit. No,
that would be funny. Could we chat GPT? No, we're probably going to troll. Is that you got any more? Or
no, go for it.
Sean,
Yeah,
what do you got, bro?
Let's see here, man. I went through my little feed here. One of my favorite stories that popped up recently is that in the UK they had to separate 5 parrots in the zoo because they kept cussing and encouraging each other to keep cussing at the people that were coming to their exhibits. So you will go to an exhibit where these parrots are, and they will just cuss you out.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? Fix your teeth.
I figured with the UK, I was like, that's kind of suitable.
But but also, man, that's from the trainers.
Yeah.
They but do normal people yell out
Oh yeah.
at parrots in a zoo? That'd be kind of weird,
Oh,
right?
it'd be worth the.
I think so.
It'd be worth the annual pass alone just to go there every day and try to teach those parrots swear words. Who needs video games? I don't need a Nintendo Switch. I want to see if I can make this happen now.
I would. That is something really weird.
Oh, that is, yeah.
It's like, where you at the gym? Nah, I'm with the parrots, man.
Yep.
Trying to make them drop some F-bombs.
Right, Ford F-150. Right.
Oh, look at this. This just came in. I was talking about dolphins. Dolphins call each other by name. Listen to this. They have unique whistles. So technically, dolphins invented. No, I don't want to say that.
Oh, what
Anyway.
whistle?
like a booty call.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to make a joke. It's not a funny joke. So I just said, dolphins have different whistles for different dolphins.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a name, which is cool.
Yeah.
See how smart? Fatty 15.
But
yeah.
Dolphins
15.
also have aggressive behavior as well too. So
Dolphins,
you gotta look out for that.
But
man.
so do humans.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a episode, speaking of coming full circle, there's an episode of The Simpsons where there's a rise of the dolphins. The dolphins come out of the sea and take over humanity.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
they're smart.
Man, the Simpsons. First off, they said Trump was going to be president, and then they've been calling so many things for the last 15, 20 years. What if the Dolphins rise up? Blame Michael Yo and his pills.
No, they'll be mad. That's why they rise up. They'll be like, stop messing with us, man. You're taking all of us out for this pill.
Yeah, stop harvesting us.
No, I don't think they take it for. I don't know. I can't wait to interview this lady about it though to find out. Also, just something to riff on here. Worst emotional support animal. If you could pick the worst emotional support animal, what would it be?
In my opinion, I really think a cat is, because they're so independent. They don't care about your feelings.
I tell people that have cats that all the time, and they try to argue with you, saying my cat cares. Cats
No,
don't care.
cats
They will
don't
eat
care.
your face.
Yeah.
When you die, they eat your face.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cats, but I kind of appreciate people that have a cat a little bit because
Why?
What?
because they don't need the emotional support of the dog. To me, the dog is the worst emotional support animal.
No,
No.
dogs are awesome, bro.
Bro, dogs are so happy.
Do you
to
know how
see you.
do you know how emotionally broken you have to have a dog with you 24/7?
No. I'm not talking about 24/7. I'm talking about just at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously a dog would be. That's the best. But are you talking about like? Are you talking about people who like?
Oh, you're
travel
talking
and
about people that travel. Oh yeah. Emotional support.
Emotional support. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I feel bad for the dog. Like when these people have their dogs out in Vegas,
Yeah.
I'm like, you think your dog wants to be with you because
No.
you're lonely?
Yeah.
Your dog wants to be at home in the air condition right now. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I don't feel sorry for the dog. I feel sorry for the person. Like,
Yeah.
how broken are you on the inside that you need an animal?
No, I feel sorry for
constantly
the dog that this person's so lonely.
Oh,
They got to
yeah.
bring the dog. I told my wife, if we ever get a dog, we're not bringing it to a restaurant.
No.
Never.
I hate being the other person that doesn't have the dog, and then you got to act nice to the dog.
Right.
And I love dogs, but like their dog could do something, you're like, oh, you got to play the part. Everybody plays it. Oh, because you look like an ass if you just like the dog tries to mess, and you're like, ugh, I don't want to be that guy.
I think, man, for me, like I had so many little pets growing up because my parents went through divorce, so they just threw animals at me. I feel like as a human, if you're just
Is that the culture? They just throw random animals at you?
Yeah, I
We
would.
broke up.
Here, make a friend. But that's the thing, though. I feel like, how broken are you that you can't even make friends with humans? You got to go outside of the human world to go and associate yourself with animals. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them be free, bro. Like, let them, roam the earth or whatever.
I don't mind so much the person who does have the emotional support need. Like maybe, they talk about people who have animals that can sense when a seizure is coming on.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. I'm glad that we have animals that can do that.
But you have to like train the animal.
Yeah,
for that,
I don't need the lady who just brings her pug onto a Southwest flight. Get out of here with that
no.
nonsense. Knock it off. I'm not, your dog shouldn't be in here. Keep it at home or
Okay,
drive.
so what if they're traveling? Like,
Drive.
what if they're traveling to go home with the dog?
Drive.
Yeah.
It's not. It was one thing back in like the 70s when there was no seatbelts and cars went 50 miles an hour. Now everything is like super safety rated. Cars go 80. There's a gas station once every 3.5 miles. Like, why is it that hard to drive?
What if you just bought a dog from a breeder and you want to bring it to your family?
Drive. What's wrong with driving? You can rent. You can go to Avis. You can get a car for like
What
$22 a
if
day.
the place is 3,000 miles away?
Drive. What is it? I literally saw a guy. And this is no joke. I saw him in Barstow, California. I stopped and got gas today.
Okay.
Guy had a license plate from West Virginia.
You could have rented that car. You know that, right? Because they
But the
rent
car
cars.
did
True.
come from West Virginia, did it not?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean somebody drove it all the way from West Virginia. It could have been a stop and somebody else rented it, drove it.
Right.
Come
Yeah,
on,
but
Rudy.
I'm saying the car got to from West Virginia.
the car
to,
did,
car.
but that doesn't mean a person needs to be.
Well, it could have been the same person. We don't know that.
Oh, we don't know exactly.
You're right.
We don't know that.
But I'm just saying,
Who
if the car
drives
can make,
3, 4, 5 days?
I am literally getting on July 13th. I am literally getting in my vehicle and driving all the way to Wisconsin.
Well, that's you though. You like.
I love to drive.
I
I'm a
hate
driver.
driving,
I
bro.
love it.
I
I
can't.
literally
You
drove.
drove 8 hours to get rejected.
I drove.
mean,
I drove 4 hours today from Los Angeles and never listened to a podcast. Never listened to.
What'd you
music.
do?
I just sat silently and thought.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
it. I love to just sit with my thoughts.
Rudy,
in
Yo, you're
open
sitting by
road.
a psychopath.
Yeah,
Just watch-
but I can't raw dog a flight. I need to be something about sitting with a flight. I need to have something. I need a book. I need video. I can't just sit on an airplane and do nothing.
Yeah.
But a vehicle, no problem. man.
Well, also, but though in the vehicle, you're actually doing things. You're driving and you're
Yeah.
focusing on that. But if on an airplane flight, you're just relying on the pilot just to take you to where you need to go. So I get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah, I love my brain being engaged in the open road, seeing America. I love it.
yeah, Yeah, there's this ultra athlete motivator, David Goggins. He'll run like
He lives here, doesn't he?
he lives down the street.
Get
I
out.
see him jogging all the time.
Dude.
I'm driving to the gym and he's just passing my car.
Yeah. You got a donut in your mouth.
I
You're
know.
like, "Hey, buddy."
Right.
What? That's wild.
Yeah. So David Goggins, so he doesn't listen to music when he runs. He'll run like 50 miles not listening to music.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, he'll run these ultra marathons he's like music distracts you from the focus.
Mm-hmm.
But
I believe that.
I got to hear something. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah. To sit on a treadmill and not watch a TV show or something
the
like that.
only time I will be on a treadmill with no sound is if I bring my writing pad. And I'm like going over set ideas and stuff like that. That actually is very like I need to do that more because I get so much done on a treadmill.
Gotcha.
Because you zoom in, the time goes by so fast.
Yeah.
When you zoomed in on something and you're writing, it's kind of good. It's kind of good.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this one up. Rudy, you going to be anywhere?
So where are we putting this out? Early
Next week?
I
Monday
will
or
be
Tuesday?
at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club on the July 11th and 12th with Orny Adams. Then after that, I got a couple of dates in Wisconsin. Check out my Milwaukee, July 18th, 19th, and 20th. I'll be doing Don't Tell shows the 18th and 19th, and then the 20th,
Nice.
the Pabst Theater with Adam Carolla.
Oh, look at that. What about you, Sean?
I'll be honest with you. I don't really remember. I gotta always look at my calendar consistently. But just go on my website, SeanReddy.com. But the most important, if you're in Vegas, July 18, we're hosting Roastomania, a roast battle that we do here in town at Wise Guys at Town Square.
Town Square. That's
Yeah.
such a great club, Wise
So-
Guys. Big shout outs to Keith for bringing Wise Guys to Vegas. I love Keith, man. I'm shooting a dry bar special with Keith.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the August 23rd. So I don't know where it's at, but
Yeah.
it'll be in Utah somewhere. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. And please like, subscribe, do all the stuff. You know, I forgot to always say it. You got to remind me to say that at the beginning. Like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. What I don't even know. If you're listening on the audio side, 5 stars and leave a comment. 5 stars and leave a comment. We'll see you next time. Later.